Hello, Darkman Doll here. I just wanted to do a video today for the show that I like to do on Thursdays called Spirituality Talk. Spirituality Talk is a show where I share with you the experiences I've had in my life that can be paranormal, supernatural, or just seeming mundane, because they're spiritual in the mundane and the everyday occurrences in life. So today what I wanted to talk to you guys about is being willing to wait, having patience. And that's very, very important in this day and age because everybody's rushing to and fro and trying to get things done really fast. But when we do that, we end up missing a beat. We end up missing things, very important things. I remember yesterday, I got so mad because the people that live above me, because I live in an apartment now, if you didn't know, the people above me were very loud. They're having sexual relations upstairs, really loud, thumping, yelling, screaming, and shit, right? Really loud for over an hour or so. Just really obnoxiously loud at a really crazy hour of the day. And I was so angry. I got up, rushed out, because I could hear it right above me while I'm trying to relax and finish some artwork and trying to wake up. Um, I'm hearing all of this, someone else's private business. I don't care if people choose to do what they do behind closed doors, but I really don't care to hear it all the time. So, you know what I mean? So, anyways, that's their own personal business. You could have rented, checked out at like a motel room or something to do what you need to do. And then after this occurrence, I got up. I started hearing that it was really loud. I got up and I started like getting out of here to go run an errand to buy some groceries at the market. And this was 4th of July, so only so many things were open. Luckily, that one market that I like to go to was open, so I went there and I couldn't even think straight. I was thinking about all the getting pissed off and everything about that, and I'm standing in line and this guy comes over on the side to wait in line. Instead of how you would wait in line like in a single file line, he's just on the side. And I'm like looking at him, and he looks like he's getting upset because he doesn't want to wait. And finally, I just stay where I'm at, and he finally gets in line behind me. The waiting is something for people, impatient. Um, and when I was in line, I was starting to feel a tiny bit impatient because of how what happened before I got to the store, and it's just like this world has gotten us moving so fast and everything, and we're getting to the point where we just don't care about anybody else but ourselves. So we'll be very selfish and make lots of noises and shit. I mean, it doesn't even just happen during the daytime, it happens during the night sometimes. And thankfully, it's not every single fucking day or night because I really would be pissed off. But patience is something that happens to a lot of people when they're not willing to wait for a lot of things in life. And it's just like it frustrated me to no end. Yesterday, I was just so wrapped up in anger, and a lot of times that's where the impatience comes from when you're angry. I've noticed that, and that's where I'm getting at with this. Is when you're angry, you can't see straight, and you want things to work really fast, and you want things to go your way, and you want instant results. Instantly things are happening and working for you. And it doesn't always work that way in this world, as we know. All we can do is deal with the moment, how we can deal with it in the moment. And it's just a lot of impatient people doing compulsive things like cutting all their hair off and then afterwards realizing they didn't want to cut all their hair off because they did it because they saw it on a video, or things like that. I mean, I was talking to this one guy. He's pretty cool. He has freeform dreadlocks. He's got some really long, thick ones, and he was talking about you've seen a lot of the people, they'll cut their dreads off and then say that they're happy that they don't have them anymore. But then you see like a few weeks, a month down the line, they're sewing them back in. So because a lot of people want to have instant stuff, instant gratification, instant locks. You know, if your locks were all the way down past your whatever, really long, and then you just chopped them all off because you saw everybody else doing it and you thought it was cool, Or you just was like, man, my hair is never going to grow. Fuck that, and cut it all off. And then you're like, why did I do that? It's impatience. It's us being wrapped up in technology, immersed in technology to the point where we can't think straight. We're doing shit that doesn't make any sense anymore. We're not taking time out to really think about what we're doing before we do it. And realizing that certain things take time and patience to come about. And I learned that through creating art. With art, a lot of my art, it doesn't happen overnight. And it's a way of getting into a meditative state. So you concentrate and focus on the things that are more important and leave the things that aren't important off to the side. Worrying about what other people think about you, how you present yourself to the world. All of these things become major concerns for people who are feeling extremely impatient and just want results right away with whatever it is they're doing in their life. Some people just don't feel like they should go through the steps of where they need to be. They just want to get right there. And obviously that doesn't happen for everybody where they just are where they need to be right now. You know what I mean? Where they desire to be right now. I think you are where you need to be right now because you're learning right now. And that's the only sense I can make out of it is all the waiting and all the impatient moves that are going on. I noticed that with people driving too as well. I was just going up to the store. My husband was driving the van, and we were going to go get a cashier's check and everything at the bank. And I was walking back to the van after we finished doing that, and this guy almost ran me over on the side. And it's not like I'm a huge person. It was out in the middle of the street, and I'm walking to the van, and he just cuts over really quick. He almost ran me over because he was impatient. He wanted to rush to get into his parking spot and get his thing done for the day really quick because it feels like it's going to be a hot day. But to the detriment of somebody else's health. You're going to run me over, really? You're that impatient? It's ridiculous. So please, if you feel like you're getting that kind of energy going through you, take some time out and just relax. If you're driving and you're feeling like that, maybe pull off to the side of the road and think about what it is that you're doing and realize that you're feeling this way. You're feeling impatient. You're feeling anxious. You want things to happen really fast. A lot of this impatience can come from the changing in the weather. It's getting a lot hotter here in California, so people's temperatures are heating up. People are eating a lot of fast food, and that heats you up even more. And drinking hot coffee along with the fast food, even more. So that affects your ability to take time and slow down. So yeah, just some food for thought. Thought I'd bring this out to you guys because I got this just through meditating today. I was just feeling that. A lot of people are having this rushing feeling like, I gotta get this done fast, but sometimes you can only move at the pace that you can move at, because if you do more than you can, you're going to end up hurting yourself, and that's happened to me. So I injured my knee. Speaking of my knee, I need to stretch my legs out. I injured my knee at the last job I worked at, and it wasn't my left knee, it was my right knee. But I injured my knee, and I also injured my ankle, but not at work, quite a while ago, and it wasn't a pleasant experience, let me tell you that. Because I was rushing to go open the gate for somebody when I lived at another apartment complex for a friend that was coming by, and I slipped on a huge, not this big, but a huge rock, and I landed on my ankle, and it fucked my ankle up, and couldn't do anything hardly for a month. I had to just kind of try to stay off of it, and that truly slowed me down. So that's what happens to a lot of people that move really fast, is that you end up slowing down eventually, whether it's through injury or whatever. So take your time with things as best you can and try not to fall too much into that rush type of reality. Because, it just sets you up for injuries. It sets you up for saying things and doing things you really, really didn't mean to do, So thank you for joining me today for today's show. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the likes and shares. And thank you for your kind comments. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about all of this I talked about. The world is getting more and more impatient. And you could tell with your interactions with people how people just will bulldoze you over in a conversation while you're talking. That happens more and more often these days. And we need to take the time out and just listen to people and exercise being patient once again. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Brightest blessings to you all, and I'll see you soon.